Alright guys, today's day 67 of me posting every single day till I become a coding every single day. Important distinction because it's not necessarily that I'm posting videos or anything as coding, but I do post videos to hold myself accountable. But yeah, whatever. That's the name of the series. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. Yeah, still working on boot.dev. I did get that other thing that I was working on, the other video yesterday, working. But since then, I've been doing a deployment for one of my old projects I did one of my web classes because I want to try and apply for this data center technician job near where I am that my dad wants me to apply for. I don't really actually want the job, but he wants me to apply for it, so I will be applying. I don't think they really care about a software project because it's a data center, it's a hardware position, so whatever. Guess we'll see what happens with that. But that took me pretty much all night last night and all of today because I was using the project uses Laravel 8 for some reason because I think our teacher made those assignments a long time ago, and Laravel 8 just has a lot of problems with Coolify, which was the self-hosting service I was using to deploy on the VPS that I had. And I'll be honest, I use a lot of AI and Gemini to get me through that. I don't think I would have figured it out otherwise. Yeah, maybe I learned a thing or two. It's always good doing some DevOps, I guess. But yeah, that was pretty annoying. But yeah, it's now hosted. It's working. If you wanted to see, I guess you can find it. I'm not gonna dox myself and get DDoS. Please do not DDoS the site. I don't know what to do with DDoSing, so I don't want that to happen. But yeah, that's why I haven't done a lot of boot.dev, but we're getting back to it now. I guess I won't be able to do even that much for the next coming weeks because I have so many tests coming up. Whatever, man. The grind continues. Let me stop yapping. He's a cryptography signed JSON objects that contain information about authenticated user. I heard JWT pronounces JOT, but I pronounces JWT. Who pronounces it JOT? I've never heard that before. JWTs can be changed. We'll talk about max, HMax, and digital signatures later in this course, which are the cryptographic concepts that power JWTs. Now just supports to know that once a token is created by a server, the token can't be changed without the server being aware of it. When a server issues JWT to Bob, Bob can use that token to make requests as Bob to your API. Bob won't be able to change the token to make requests as Alice. JWTs are not encrypted. Anyone who has a token can read the data like the expiry user ID. So I should never store sensitive information in JWTs as a way to authenticate a user. Like using JWT IO to inspect JWTs. Interesting. Great tool. So let me actually try that. Okay, let me just run whatever this script is again, because I don't want to run all the curl commands to create the database and all that. Can't scroll up, so I'll just go over here. And the connection is not on. So here's a JWT token I can copy. Says invalid signature. Oh, that's the wrong signature. The signature being used, I think it's generated actually. Oh no, it's in the ENV. No, that's not what I meant. This, yes. Okay, so this is a really cool piece of software. So I guess all this information is stored with whatever algorithm decrypts JWT tokens. To be honest, I don't fully understand JWTs. I'm definitely gonna watch some videos on this later. Cryptographically signed. Oh, they actually teach about in the Learn Cryptography course. For now, it's just important to note that once a token is created by a server, the data in the token can be changed without the server knowing. So yeah, I definitely want to take this course sometime. And so only the server can read it. I would say false. I mean, I think anyone can read it. It's just that, yeah, it's only the server. Yeah, the server knows what's the correct signature. How the client manually alters encoded user ID. Server will know. Yeah, because the signature will be invalid. One of the biggest benefits of JWT is that they're stateless. Server doesn't need to keep track which logs are logged in via JWT. Server just needs to issue a JWT to a user. User can use a JWT to authenticate themselves. Stateless is fast and scalable because our server doesn't need to consult a database to see if the user is currently logged in. However, that same benefit poses a potential problem. JWTs can't be revoked. If JWT is stolen, there's no easy way to stop JWT from being used. JWT is just not direct test. So for most of the access tokens are used to authenticate a user server and provide access to user resources. Those are stateless, short-lived, and irrevocable. Must be short-lived, but they can't be revoked. Their short lifespan, more secure they are. Trouble is this can create poor user experience. We'll have to use log in every 50 minutes. We shouldn't refresh tokens. Precisely, but they can be used. So refresh tokens are much longer lived. Importantly, they can be revoked. They're stateful, long-lived, and revocable. Now we get the both worlds. Our endpoints and servers that provide access to effective resources can use access tokens which are fast, stateless, simple, scalable. On the other hand, refresh tokens are used to keep users logged in for a long period of time. They can be revoked. Here's access tokens compromise. Okay, so can't revoke JWT, we can revoke a refresh token. I think you're using access token here, right? Because I assume you don't need to be logged in that long. Yeah. Don't need a. They don't provide direct resources, restricted resources. So, what? It says that right here. Oh, they can be manually. Okay. Let's see what the Boot's explanation is. Great question. Pretty sure it's like manually revoked. Okay, so you can revoke a refresh token to prevent like a hacker from constantly using it, I guess. Revoke. But if a token is compromised, you can invalidate it. Yeah, okay, I guess it makes sense. Now after you refresh tokens, let's add a refresh token to our authentication system. Case refresh token just be a random 256 strings token, not JSON web token. Doesn't need to be JWT because it's stored in our database associated with the user server side. Upon using status JWTs, we store them in a database anyways. Revoke a refresh token. So revoked at timestamp in the database. Revoked as not null. Tokens revoked. Considered invalid. So when we revoke it, we're going to set a time, and we'll check it to see if it's actually revoked. Restart this time lapse here for Instagram. Create a new database table. Yeah, we do need a new table for this. _refresh underscore tokens. This doesn't matter how I name it, but SQL. Let me see garbage off. To be honest, I don't even use. Don't bother that much. Goose up. Oh no. Create table. Refresh. Tokens. Token text not null. Oh, these primary key will take care of not null unique. Yeah, create that. Isn't there like a now thing or something? I guess that's not here. Maybe that's when you. That's SULC that takes care of that. Timestamp. Not null. Updated. So we're at timestamp. Not null. User underscore ID. Foreign key that deletes the row. Okay, I think references users ID and on delete cascade. I keep reading the syntax for this stuff, man. Not null. I guess it takes time and practice, right? Expires at timestamp. Not null. Revoked at timestamp. So this can be null, which is annoying because potentially null things. SQLC is not fun. Goose down. Drop table. Refresh for tokens. Add our beautiful semicolons. Okay. I'm not gonna run it yet because it might update it, but add a function make a refresh token to your internal auth package. Okay, let's create a file called refresh for tokens, .geo, package auth function, make refresh token. There's a string and an error. So use the following. Rand read to read 32 bits of random data from the crypto rand package. How does this thing work? Read fills B with cryptographically secure random bytes. Never returns an error and always fills B entirely. If it never returns an error, why does it literally say it returns an error? Oh, it crashed the program irrevocably if an error returned. Note that no error handling is necessary as read always succeeds. They're really making a point about this fact. So they're making a 32 capacity slice of bytes. So yeah, it's effectively the same thing they're asking us to do. Generate 32 bytes of random data. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the docs because that's what developers do, shamelessly copy and paste. Byte 32 rand.read t. Always tried this run thing on their website, it never works. I don't know. I guess if we really wanted to see if this would work, then the easiest thing would be just go to a Go playground. This is one thing I do really appreciate, at least about Python. I think Java, no. Yeah, I think Java and IntelliJ has a lot of the Java build processing just built in. But Go is one of those languages like C where you have to compile your code and run it. So whatever, I'm just ranting again. This is whatever fnt print of. Kind of syntax is this percent space x. What? There's no way that works. How does that even work? I thought it had to be beside it all the time. This is where I like the use of AI, just make this easier. Why does space work? I thought. What is SpaceX even doing? I don't know what they call these things, what they call %V. Format verbs. So you can recognize optional flags between that and the verb. Well, that's something new. Well, anyways, we now see this clearly works, and we have learned that you can add space and optional flags between the percent and the verb. Anyways, hex to encode to string to convert the random data to a hex string. Returns the hexadecimal encoding of source. I'm going to click that example. See, this was pretty straightforward. It takes slice of bytes and turns it to a hexadecimal encoding. The key, and it returns a string that we will just call hex key. Or let's just call it encoded string, like the docs call them. Update the post API login to return a refresh token as well as an access token. Access tokens should expire after 1 hour. Okay, first of all, let's return encoded string and nil, I guess, because no error can supposedly happen here. So now we need to edit the login function. No, I meant the login. As much as I love Groovebox, sometimes I find it kind of hard to see with my weak ass eyes over here. Okay, this is the JWT stuff, so before we need to return, we need to run refresh token error is equal to make refresh token if error is not equal to nil. This is starting to get really old, by the way. Response error w dot. Some people like make a shortcut for this apparently to make the error handling a little bit. Failed to create refresh token. A little bit easier, but I'm a VS Code user. We don't use hotkeys with this IDE. I really should though. I really should. Okay, and we just need to pass the refresh token in the response. Oh, it's not known an instructive user. Oh no, how do you fix that? It's actually quite easy. You just add it. String JSON underscore token. I think that's what they want. Yes. Access tokens should expire after 1 hour. Expiration time is stored in the EXP claim. You can remove the optional expires in seconds. Oh, wait a minute. So expires in seconds. This is no longer needed. So now all looks like all JWTs will expire in an hour. What means expiration times during the EXP claim? Not sure what they're referring to there. Hey, yeah, we don't need this anymore apparently. Expiration time is stored in the EXP claim. I don't know what that's referring to. Refresh token should expire after 60 days. Expiration time stored in the database. So yeah, apparently I need to be able to create a refresh token actually. Yeah, SQL query for this, I believe. To create a refresh token and then to align it with the user that made it. And so revoke that to null. Okay, yeah. This is going to take another couple days, isn't it? Which is perfectly fine. At least I'm learning something. Don't want to make this video too long. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you all in the next one.